Hi, this will be short series of video tutorials about Slicer Simplify3D. First point, sorry for my English. I know this is far from perfect English, but this is not language video tutorial, this is technical video tutorial about Slicer. So take it or leave it. I will make a series of short video tutorials about Simplify3D by 3D printer by me, because I use this software daily for a few years. I know it, I think, really in details. So I want to make short video tutorials about really usable things. Maybe we will meet some options, functions, and I will tell you, sorry, I don't know what is it about, because in 3 years or 5 years I never use that. So yes, this is possible. This will be really based on true experiences with this software. I won't make it in short, I don't know, 20-30 minutes parts. One part about user interface, second part about retractions, next part about temperatures, next part about, I don't know, bridging, etc. And a few parts about some smart things and features, how you can make in Simplify3D just smart, yes, with combination of different functions, etc. So I hope it will be usable for you. Yes, I have many videos about 3D printing in Czech language, and really often some 3D or enthusiasts for 3D printing ask me, please, can you make some videos in English language, because we are interested what the hell you tell in Czech language. This is really hard for me in English language, but okay, I will try make or restart English languages, English videos with this short series about Simplify3D. So first part will be about user interface. First part will be about where you can buy the software, pro and cons about the software, comparison with some free slicers, and let's go.
So Simplify3D is not free, and this is not very cheap. It is almost 150 bucks, but this price is for installations of 2 computers. So maybe you can buy it with your friend, and each of you will pay only half of this price. So yes, $150, but this is for installation on 2 computers. For buying of this slicer, you must create an account and buy that, and when download this application and install this application. I think this is clear. But before that, do you need Simplify3D or not? Of course, are many free slicers. For example, old and really nice Slice 3R, or really nice slicer by Prusa. This is just a slicer based on this Slice 3R, but Prusa add to this slicer next functions with really detailed and nice just options. I use it by time. Kiss slicer, Cura. Cura is a very popular slicer with really nice functions, for example ironing in last versions. Kiss slicer. Kiss slicer is Kiss slicer is slicer with 2 faces. One nice face. Kiss slicer contains really nice functions. Hidden perimeters connection inside a print, automatic compensation of inner holes, but it has a second phase. This software is really hell about user friendly. This is really not user friendly software. This is like hell. But again, for some jobs I use this slicer. I have pro version for multi-extruders. I use this really only, I don't know, one per year Cura, but I think for 95% of all my prints I use Simplify3D, because Simplify3D is not software without mistakes and errors. Inside are mistakes, some only cosmetic mistakes and errors, but some mistakes and errors are really pain in the ass. Yes, this software is really not perfect, but I think this is compromise about number of options and power of application. For example, Prusa have some really nice functions, but you don't use it. You don't need that each time. Yes, just Simplify3D is something between really simple and really powerful. Just compromise. And important thing, if you like, or if you maybe don't maybe not know about it, but you may be interested about this, printed RC airplanes by Czech company 3D Lab Print, 3D Lab Print.com. This company sells data for 3D printed airplanes, flying airplanes, huge airplanes, small airplanes, all printed on home 3D printers. Yes, I have many of these airplanes, and it flies really nice, really well. And all these airplanes are sliced in Simplify3D, because print of this airplane is not easy, or slicing of this airplane is not easy. And for example, in some slicers it is really hell, but in Simplify3D it is easy. Easy maybe. And if you will buy some airplane, in downloaded files are just Simplify3D factory files, just composition of 3D models and 3D settings, tweaked and tuned for this special purpose. Because it must be strength and light. This is almost all 1 perimeter print. This is just really nice. This just really nice works in Simplify3D. So if you want to fly these airplanes, print and fly these airplanes, Simplify3D is for you, just must have. So you will buy this software, you will download the software, you will install the software. When you first run this software, Simplify3D will ask you for your registration. You will just log in with your account information. This will check only first time. In the next case, in next runs, it will just without this check. And first time it will ask you about your 3D printer. From list of 3D printers, really long list, you will just select your 3D printer, and Simplify3D will just set default print profile, print settings, print profile for your 3D printer. Of course, you can use this software with many 3D printers. You will just have inside more print profiles. And new print profile you can add by your own will, or you can import profile through FFF file. I will show you it later. Yes. So, for example, you have first run Simplify3D. Before we will try show you some functions of the software, we must check some settings. Go to Tools, Options. Probably after first run you will have here millimeters per minute. This is really wrong. Yes, we will use millimeters per second. This is standard setting. Next, what you will probably need to change in visualization, check use orthographic camera with no perspective. We don't want perspective look in our slicer. Yes, perspective is nice, but for this technical purpose we need orthographic camera with no perspective. Just check this option. And next, probably your color for selected models will be red. I think this is really small difference between two colors, so I think better is color like cyan or like that for clear just recognition which object is selected and which not. So, millimeters per second, use orthographic camera and check your colors. Okay, here is our build volume or print volume of our 3D printer. Size of this volume is based on our 3D printer. When we select 3D printer which you have, Simplify3D, just create 3D profile or profile for 3D printer, and this is true build volume for our 3D printer based on print profile settings X, Y, Z. Yes. If our object is inside this build volume or print volume, we are sure that our object is inside just our print volume of our 3D printer. If I want to change a look, just click with left button of mouse and try it. I think it's clear. Roller button is zoom in, zoom out, and right button of your mouse is move your look. You can use for looks these buttons on side of your window, just default perspective, top view, we will use this view very often, front view and side view. And I recommend you just learn this hotkeys function. Ctrl+1 is default perspective. I say Control if you use Simplify on Apple Macintosh software. Instead, Control press Apple button. Yes, but for Windows we will press Ctrl+1 default view, Ctrl+2 up view, Ctrl+3 front, Ctrl+4 side, and again Ctrl+1. Yes, hotkeys will make your work in Simplify3D much quicker and easier. Yes, learn that. Again, Ctrl+1, Ctrl+2, Ctrl+3, Ctrl+4, Ctrl+1. Okay, now we will import some object for print to our Simplify3D. Objects for print we will see here. Just press import, and somewhere from your hard drive import any probably STL file. You can import STL file, OBJ file and FreeMF file, but most known format is STL, stereolithography. Yes. So I will import, for example, this screw. Whoops! We have here our object. If I will unselect this object, I will see this color. If I click on this object, I will see change of color. It means this object is selected. I can this object move this tool, but if I will move it by this tool, with this tool, I will still move it on table with zero height up table. Still this object is on the table. Yes. I can scale this object, but actually this tool is this is a wrong choice, yes, because you can scale this object without any control by numbers. You don't know 200%, 300%. Don't use that. I will show you later how scale your objects. You can rotate your objects, and again, much quicker is use hotkeys. So W move, R rotate. Again W move, R rotate. Escape and select object. Click, select object. W move. If you will make a double click on object, you will see window with detailed information and setup about selected object, because I can have here more objects. I can import different object, W, or I can copy past object, Control C, Control V, or select in menu, copy selection, past selection, W, and rotate, R, W, or I can use center and arrange button for automatic automatic set of objects in the center of our print bed, hot bed. Yes. So if I will press, if I will make a double click on some objects, I can see detailed options of selected object or selected objects. Here I have position in millimeters, position against the 0. Yes. In most on almost all 3D printers, 0 is on left bottom corner near to you, but for example on my Felix printer is orientation of hotbed like this. 0 is on top right, but on almost all printers it is like this. So I have here just coordinates of selected objects. I can reset position, you can see zeros, or I can change numerically position of object. I have here options for scaling. Remember, this tool is useless, yes, but here I can change scale with exact numbers, and W, double click, and I can change scaling uniformly or non-uniformly. I can just deform my object. Yes, but I have exact control by numbers, and again I can reset scale on default numbers, and here I can change rotating or rotate. I can rotate just model object by numbers. Yes. Okay, done. Of course, this is wrong. This object, this is wrong. Now I want to operate only with this object, and I don't want to see these objects. Just I can these objects uncheck in this window, and I don't see them anymore. They are still here. I just hide them. So what is this object? Oh, this is wrong. Okay, put it on the table. You can use it from menu, drop model to table, but I must select it again. Drop model to table. You must have selected this object. Okay, Control 3, Control 4. Now I have this object on table, but this is useless. Yes. But dropping model on table, you can use this function from menu or Control plus T. T as table. Yes. But again, this is usable. I want this object, this surface on the table. Again, you can use this function from menu, place surface on bed, and now I am going with mouse over the object and Simplify3D show me polygons surfaces. So this surface I want on the bed. Oops! Wow, that's nice, right? Or I can use same function with hotkey Ctrl plus L. So now I pressing Ctrl plus L, and I will select surface which I want on the bed. Ctrl plus L, Ctrl plus L, Ctrl plus L, and W, and R, and W. Yes, this is about basic manipulation with object. Again, hotkeys are really much better for quick work. Okay, I will make this next object visible, and now unselect escape or unselect click beside objects in this window. Now I want create some print process, because if I want generate G-code for 3D print, I must generate this G-code by some process, print process. Print processes are here. I can use one print process, or I can use more print process. I can use one print process for all 4 objects, or I can use one print processes. I can use one print process for 2 objects, and second print process for other 2 objects. For example, with different infill or different perimeter or different thickness of wall, different, I don't know, extrusion ratio. Or I can use 2 processes for one object. One process will print this part, for example, in bottom part, and second process will print this object in up part of this object. Now I will add some print process. Probably, if you will see this window first time, it will look like this. This is really not for experienced 3D printers. Yes, we will just use this window with advanced functions. Here we can see many options, and almost all of them I will explain in next videos. But now I will explain only basic things about print process. Each print process has a name, and each print process uses a print profile. Process name, I will here set for example 01, is just not important thing. Process name is only for our orientation in this project. And if I will save this file, I will save this process name only for this process. I can't use process name of process in other job. This is just really non-important, just name of process, nothing more. What is really more important is profile. Here I have many profiles for a few of my 3D printers, and probably you will see here only default and only one profile, depends on your 3D printer which you select during first run of this application, during start of this application. For example, I have CR10. Yes. When I will select this profile, all these options are in or are with numbers right for this printer, for this profile. Okay. Now I will add next profile. I will name it, for example, 02, process name, and in this second profile I have here profile CR10 again. I will something change. For example, here extrusion multiplier. This is not important what it is. I will just change something, and you will see after this change profile name will be changed. Yes, Creality CR10 modified. Yes. Okay, and I will create next print profile, for example with next process with name 03. I will select default. I will select again default CR10, and I will change something different than in previous case, for example speed. And again, this profile is modified. So, and name 03. So, now I have here 3 print processes. One is with default Creality CR10 print profile. Next is modified Creality CR10 print profile. We changed extrusion multiplier. And in number 3 print process, again Creality CR10 modified print profile. We changed speed. So this name is same like here. It tells us only this profile is just somewhere modified. This modification of these print profiles will be saved only for this file. Yes. Now I will save this file. for example, like S3D video tut1. Extension of Simplify3D files is factory. Here you can see progress. So now I have this file saved. What is really nice in Simplify3D, if I will save file, I will save it not only with print processes, but with all objects too. All imported 3D objects are inside this factory file. Yes. It means, for example, if I will delete from my hard drive these STL files, they are still inside my factory file, my Simplify3D file. Yes. This is really nice. This is really important thing, and some slicers just don't know save file with STL files inside. Yes, but Simplify3D know that, do that. Yes, and this is nice. Okay, so I have saved this file with these 3 print profiles. Now I will create a new file, clean new file, and I want add print profile new, and I want add print profile with modification from previous file, but I can see it there. I have here only this default quality certain file, but I have not saved here in this profiles list profile from previous job. If I want that, I must save this profile. So I will go now back to previous file. I can use open factory file, or I can use recent factory files. This is our last job. Yes, this is our previous job, and here I can see our 3 print processes. Number 1 is just default, but number 2 is default with some modification. And if I want to use this profile with this modification in other new files, I must save it as new profile. And I will name it, for example, CR10, I don't know, mod as modification 1. Okay, and you can see this profile with new names. Okay, and this number 3 again, some default CR10 profile with some modification. Again, I will save it as new profile, CR10 modification 2. Yes, okay. Now you must save this job. For saving these profiles to default profiles in Simplify3D wool application. And now if I will create Ctrl+N new file, and now if I want add new print process, I have here in a list of print profiles, I have here not only default CR10 profile, but I have here print profiles from previous job. It means if I will tune or tweak my print settings for some kind of print on my 3D printers, for example for airplane, yes, I will use this tuned print profile, and I can use it in all new files. Again, for example, with some next modification. For example, yes, this is okay, this is working, but now I have not enough time. I will make it a little bit more quicker and I will up the speed. And again, I have modified CR10 mode 1 print process, print profile. And again, this modified print profile will be saved only for this file, only for this job. If this modified job I want to use in new print files, I must again print that. For example, as mode 3. Yes. And then I will just then I can just select from my own custom print modes. Now I will go back to our previous job, previous file, and I will show you a few last things in this video. How I tell you, you can use or you can print each object with different print process. Where I can set this function. For example, this print process 1, with this print process I want print only this and this object. Now if I will check or select this print process, Simplify3D will show me which objects will be printed with this print process. Now I want this print process, select models, it means select models which will be printed with this print process number 2. Select none. This object will be printed with this just print process. And in last print process, select models, this object. Okay, so this print process will print these two objects, this print process will print this object, and this print process will print this object. If I will make a mistake and I will some object link it with two print processes, this print process is fine, this is for two objects, but this print process is for this object and this print process is for this and again for this object. It means this object is linked with two print processes, and if I will want slice this job, this print, Simplify3D will ask me if it is okay. It tell me you have one object with two processes. It will be just print twice or two times on some place. Yes, it is okay or not. In almost all cases this is mistake, but in some special cases we can use this function for some special smart ways how print some difficult things. I will show you it later in next movies. This video is done for now, I think. I hope nothing important for this basic lesson I not forgot for something important. In the next videos we will take a look one setup after next, step by step, one video, next video, because this is really important and sometimes really difficult to understand things. So again, I will make it in separate videos. So for now, I think that's all. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and see you later.